Okay, so boys and girls, our inspiration for today is dogs. And there's my dog Jenny. She's taking a nap on this overcast, kind of rainy day, but she is love having everybody home with her because we take her for walks multiple times a day. Jenny, this drawing's for you. All right, so we're gonna do our puppy today. First, like always, we're gonna start with our guidelines. You put them on nice and light. I'll put mine a little bit darker so you can see what I'm doing. All right, that gives us the center of our paper. Actually, I'm a little off. It's over this way. We're going to set our puppy slightly to the side. His head's going to go over here so that his body can wrap around here, and then we still have room for his little tail over there. So he's just a little cartoon dog. He's just kind of fun and silly, so don't get too stressed out if he ends up coming out a little goofy. We're going to start by making his big head shape. So we're just going to put on a kind of an egg shape, a big wide egg shape like this. All right, put it on nice and light. I'm going to darken mine up a little bit just so you all can see it, but you're going to want yours a little bit lighter because we're going to be adding ears and we're going to be changing part of it just like that. All right, so up here, and again, it's set off to the side, right? You don't want it right smack dab in the center because we got to have room to get his body and his tail on over here. So he's slightly set off to the side. We're going to come up. We're going to start with that first ear. The first ear is going to be sort of just an upside down triangle shape, kind of like this, right? You see how it's going to come down skinny at the bottom and back up. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and lightly sketch on an upside down triangle like that and just stop it at the end. So we got that upside down triangle like this. Okay, only we're going to give it a little, once you get that sketched on, now we're going to refine it a little. We're going to kind of dip it a little here, bring it out a little there, maybe drop it down a little lower and sort of loop it around. But you see, it's still essentially that upside down triangle shape that we're working with. All right. On the other side, he's sort of, this ear's a little bit closer to us than that ear. So this ear's going to come off the side a little bit. But again, essentially kind of an upside down triangle. Oh, this one's going to bump out a little bit more like that. Come back around and up. So we've got his two little puppy ears on there. We're going to give him some nice big oval eyes. There's some nice big oval eyes like that. And we're going to put big pupils like this. I don't know about you all, but my dog Jenny's so happy that everybody's home. She's having so much fun. And a little reflection spot, right? We'll leave that part white right there because we know our eyes always look better when we have a little light reflecting in them. Otherwise, they get sort of that dead and creepy sort of look to them. So a little reflection spot in those black pupils that we're going to put on there. All right, we're going to put this puppy's snout in. We're basically just going to go curve, curve. All right, we're going to give him a nice big snout. So it's going to go curve. And I'm going to make that come over just a little bit more. Curve. And then we'll do another big curve like this. So curve and curve like that. You see, we're going to have a lot of cleaning up to do. That's okay. Like that. And I'm going to put a little bone in his mouth, okay? So we're going to, bone is really basically you got a bump on the end, straight line, and a bump on this end, right? So he's going to have that bone inside his mouth. So we're going to do a bumpity bump over here, straight down like that, and a bumpity bump over there. So he's holding that bone right inside his mouth. We're going to give him a cute little nose, just kind of a big, sort of upside down triangle nose, like this. Little dip in the center right there. Put some little freckles on here. All right, lots of cleanup work to do, but that's okay. We'll get that part after. Bump him up and around like this a little bit. All right, let's come back and we're gonna get his body on now. So we're gonna do a big curve off the back like that. Big curve. And we're gonna give him a fun little puppy tail like this. We're gonna come back and give him 2 front paws. Just gonna do a diagonal line. Diagonal line and 1 right down the middle. Give him 1, 2, 3 little fun puppy feet right here. 1, 2 fun little puppy feet right there. Make that a little bit skinnier over there. Bring this up just a little bit like that. All right. And gotta get his back leg on. This. Like that. Just a curve and a straight line. This little puppy paws right there. All right, there's our little pup. He's gonna need a little cleanup work though, so let's start doing a little bit of erasing. All right, now that I got my pup cleaned up, I think I'm gonna put a little something over here in the background. I'm gonna make a little sign, and you can put whatever you want on your sign. I'm gonna make mine say, "No barking allowed." So we'll just go ahead and put a little signpost. We're gonna have it disappear back behind our pup. Like this, jump over his tail. Put it on the diagonal like that. Make it kind of jagged on the end. I'm gonna put no. Barking. loud. Now we're gonna go ahead and put a little ground line on here. Remember your ground line, right? That horizon line we talked about always needs to go up behind your characters, right? Don't put it down here under his toes. He'll look like he's floating. We don't want him to look like he's floating away, so we're gonna put it way back here. Back behind our dog, like that. And I think I'll put a few little pieces of grass down in here. And there we have it. There's our dog. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and trace mine up with the black crayon today, and then I'm gonna fill it in with some watercolor paints I have at home. But if you don't have that, you can go ahead and use markers, crayons, colored pencils, whatever you have. Okay, so I'm gonna add some watercolor paint to my pup. Now, before we start, I wanna show you, I don't know if you all remember this, but your watercolor set, you might only have a couple of colors. You might only have like 12 colors right here. But this little side tray right here, you can use to mix up some colors. So let's say your brown is really dark and you just don't want a dog that dark. So we can mix, let me get a piece of scrap paper here. You can mix some colors right over here on the side of your tray. So you can take some brown and put it over here. And then you can lighten it up a little bit. You can add some white, like that. We'll lighten it up. If you want it a little bit more golden, you can add a little bit of yellow. And you can create your own color that you want your dog to be. Who thought? Now my dog can be the color I want him to be.